Welcome to the first episode of the 1D6 Digital Board Game Special of 2024. Throughout the summer we'll discuss 12 different board games that have been released on iOS, Android or PC. If you are new to this series, please watch the introductory video. I'll leave a link at the top of the screen. I wanted to start this series strong by setting a high standard for all the games we're going to discuss. So, what better way to begin than checking the best-selling board games in the Playstore and starting with the top of the list. If we exclude Monopoly, you'll find Dune Imperium at the top. Let's fire up the app and explore the second best-selling board game app according to Google. Dune Imperium is based on Frank Herbert's science fiction novels. The book saga has served as an inspiration for multiple board games in the past. Dune Imperium was the first game based on Dune after the movie reboot in 2021. The game is based on two core mechanics, deck building and worker placement. These mechanics have been combined plenty of times in the past, and if you examine both mechanics separately in Dune Imperium, they seem quite straightforward, but we'll discuss them in more detail shortly. As far as originality goes, at first glance Dune Imperium doesn't seem to impress all that much. It's another game based on Dune and the core game mechanics are fairly traditional. However, let me stop you right there for a moment. The Dune theme wasn't just a superficial layer added to another board game to boost sales. Dune served as the foundation for this game and its mechanics. The Dune universe and its population are accurately represented within the game. For instance, you can ally with different factions, each granting specific bonuses. This feels thematic and stays true to the story. Additionally, the different regions on the board and the various characters make the game a true homage to Dune. I would barely rate Dune Imperium's originality as mediocre, but Frank Herbert's respectfully integrated universe improves my rating to a 7 out of 10. Dune combines worker placement with deck building and adds resource management and combat to the mix. Up to 4 players compete for the control of Arrakis, and in a maximum of 10 rounds players collect victory points to win the game. Without going in too much detail, a round in Dune is clearly arranged. In up to 2 worker placement turns, also known as agent turns, players send workers to different spaces on the board to perform actions and or collect resources. These spaces can only be visited if a card is played with a matching icon of the region your worker is visiting. Cards can be bought in the second phase of the round, which is called a reveal turn. Most cards have a persuasion value printed upon them. Players can spend these points to add cards to their deck. In the final phase of a round, a conflict is initiated. Each player that has assigned units to the conflict calculates the total strength and compares it with their opponents. The strongest player can claim victory, but depending on the player count, the second and the third place are also rewarded for participating in combat. This is just a rough representation of a round in Dune Imperium. The seemingly simple mechanics are addictive and encourage a lot of player interaction. The natural symbiosis between deck building and worker placement sets Dune Imperium apart from many other games and will keep players coming back for more. The added resource management layer on top of it pushes players to optimize their play to have at least a chance of victory. A first acquaintance with Dune Imperium can be a little intimidating. There is quite a bit of iconography, there are several phases in a round, and cards can only truly be valued after a couple of playthroughs. This is where the app comes in, because the tutorial in the app is just simply marvelous. In a playthrough, the tutorial presents the different elements in a measured way. It is enjoyable and offers a good understanding of the game at the same time. Gameplay is the backbone of Dune Imperium. The symbiosis between deck building and worker placement is out of this world, but the natural integration of the Dune universe in the game is a work of art too. I would rate the gameplay with a 9.5 out of 10. Dune Imperium Digital is available on Android, iOS and Steam. Although the game runs smoothly on every device, I recommend playing it on a tablet-sized device at minimum, because there is a lot of information displayed on the screen at once. The digital game stays true to the physical board game. Agents are still wooden figures and even the armies are just represented by wooden cubes. I like that Dire Wolf is staying true to the board game, but I can imagine that some skeptics would have liked to see a little more creativity here. Overall, the app is well designed, the menus are intuitive, the artwork is consistent and the Dune atmosphere is undeniably present in the game. Dune earns an 8 out of 10 for the app design. There is some room for improvement. Dire Wolf should consider adding extra multiplayer options like passing a device around and local play, and there should also be an option to freely choose a leader when starting a new game. Last but not least, we should discuss the replayability of Dune Imperium. The app outclasses the physical game by offering different game modes. Once you really get the hang of the game, you can try beating other players online or try to complete one of the many challenges the game has to offer. At the moment, only the base game is available in the app, but Dire Wolf already announced that the Rise of X will be added somewhere in the summer of 2024. This add-on will expand the lifespan of Dune Imperium and also adds a little variety. Dune Imperium gets an 8 out of 10 for replayability. The game would definitely benefit from a little extra variety, but the base game alone is still able to keep you invested for quite some time. It may not come as a surprise that I highly recommend buying Dune Imperium Digital. Prices can differ by country and platform. I personally paid $11 in the Playstore and I'm confident that this is money well spent. The wonderful app even persuaded me to buy the physical board game, Dune Imperium Uprising, because I really want to share this board game experience with my friends. I know that I completely fell for the Dire Wolf sales funnel, but I can't help enjoying every step of the way, and I will definitely buy the digital add-ons once they become available. Cool waha, my brothers. I hope you liked this video. Please leave a comment, give a thumbs up, or even consider subscribing. That's it for now.